Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Once again, my name is Cledisigbe. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the software that I've recently developed. It is called Online Biometric Fingerprint Student Course Attendance System. So earlier, before now, I have already created the window-based app of this particular software. So I just, thought of something and I developed the online version. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it works. Now I've used PHP. Okay, I've used PHP and MySQL. So for MySQL, I've used XAMPP. Okay, and what you will need to do in this web version of the biometric student course attendance system is to register students. You can register students. You just click here at your students, and then you can update excuse me, you can edit student record. Okay, that's to update students record, and you can also delete students record. Okay, so for the courses, you can add courses. Click here, you can add courses, and you can edit courses. Okay, and you can also delete courses. All right, so for the lecturers, you can view the report of lecturers, and then you can add lecturers, and then you can edit lecturers, and then you can also delete lecturers. And then for the attendance list, this is the full attendance list. Okay, so if you want to view daily, weekly, monthly, or date range attendance list, so you need to click on the attendance report. Okay, so you select dates, and then from this day to this day, and then you click on view reports. Okay, so it's going to query the database table and select specific report, okay, based on the date range that you have selected. All right, so this is a quick view, okay, on how this works for the web version. Okay, so after the student might have taken might have registered. Okay, so for them to capture their fingerprint, they would need to use the desktop biometric software. Okay, so I've created installer for this. Okay, but for the source code, right, so this is the source code. So if you're getting this particular source code, okay, that's the whole system, both the web version and the desktop version for capturing fingerprint, I can send them all to you. All right, so both the web version in PHP and the desktop app, okay, that I've created the installer, and the source code in Visual Studio. For this, I have used Visual Studio Professional 2017, all right, to create this particular app, all right, just for the fingerprint enrollment. So you won't be doing any registration on this app. It's just for you to capture your fingerprint and then take attendance. That's all. So once you do this, everything is going straight to the web. All right, so let's get started. So this is just a very quick snippet on how this works. Okay, so I'm going to close this, go back to this, and then sign out. Okay, so that I can take you through this from scratch. Okay, so before you get started, you will need to install XAMPP. You need to install XAMPP. I believe you can search for XAMPP on Google and download it and install it, and then once you do that, then you can start your Apache and MySQL. So once you've started, then you can see the ports and the PIDs running, and of course the actions will be changed into stop and of course stop. So once you do this, and then you can click on admin, all right, to take you straight to PHP MySQL homepage. All right, so let's go back to our source code. Now this is our source code, everything that you see on the website and all of that. So this is the source code. All right, so for the database, I've created a folder and we have the database. Now, you will need to name your database this particular name, or if you feel like changing the name, and then you can modify the connection strings, okay, so now you won't have problem. All right, so I'm going to get this name, I'm going to right click and then copy. That's the name that we are going to be using to create our new database. As you can see, this is the database I have already created, okay, with the same names are all the tables. So I'm just going to show you how to create a new database. All right, so I'm going to click on new, and then for the database name, I'm going to paste it here. All right, and then I'm just going to click on create. So if I hit the button, it won't work because I have an existing name already. All right, so if you've clicked on the create button, and then the next step for you to do is to import database query. Okay, so for this, you're going to click choose file, then you're going to navigate to your C drive or wherever you've saved the file. You're going to go to htdocs and then biometric attendance system, and then you're going to click on database, and then you click this and then you open. Okay, so once you've attached the file, so you're going to go this and then you click on go. So once you do this, you're going to have something like this. Okay, so which means you have successfully imported your database and everything is working fine. So once you do this, okay, you're good to go. All right, so for the next thing that you will need to do is to open your web browser like this, and then on the new tab you look for localhost, and then the name of the file. Okay, let me just show you how to do this so that since you won't be having this on your browser, so just go to the name of your project. Okay, just rename it, and sorry, don't rename it, just click as if you want to rename it, and then you just copy this name. Okay, you go back to your browser, you type localhost. Okay, so you replace whatever thing that is there. If you don't have it, fine, you just paste this and then you hit your enter key on your keyboard. Okay, so once you do that, so you now have the login page for the online biometric student course attendance system, and then the demo default password is admin as a username, and then admin as the password. So I'm going to click on sign in. Okay, so on the home page we have the number of registered students, we have the number of enrolled students, just one. Okay, so which means 3 students have registered, but just one has been able to capture his or her fingerprint. Okay, so number of attendance is just 1 person, and then number of courses is just 5. Okay, so these are all demo data that I have captured while I was testing this software. All right, so this is the dashboard, that's the home page. So I'm going to go straight to the students page. All right, so these are the demo data for students that I've entered. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly edit this person just to show you how this works. All right, Gloria Ijamamode with red number 15/CSC/026. I'm just going to click on edit. So I'm going to change this red number from 26 to let's say 30, and then the semester is second semester. Then I'm just going to update. Okay, so as you can see, it's working right. So everything is working well. So I'm just going to go ahead and add new students. So for this, I'm going to use my name. All right, I like using my name for demo purpose. So I'm just going to go with Claire Tusigbe. All right, so a red number, I'm just going to say 16/CSC. CSC is computer science. All right, so I'm just going to go with 060, and then course, of course, is my course, studying computer science. All right, so semester, I'm just going to go with second semester. Okay, so I'm just going to choose my passport. Let's get to where do I have that passport there? Okay, so diff images. All right, so see me here. So I'm just going to save this. Okay, so as you can see, this is my name. All right, the number of the foot record here is my name, and we have the auto-generated ID. Okay, so I can decide to edit this. You can see. All right, so I'm going to close this. All right, so I have registered myself as a student. Okay, so let me also show you how to, before we capture our fingerprint, let me show you how to register a course. All right, so we have the last course here as CSC 4203. All right, so I'm going to add new course. I'm going to go with CSC 4204. Okay, the course title is Advanced VB.net. All right, so Advanced Visual Basic.net is a course title. So I'm going to go for second semester course, and I'm going to save this course. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Now this is the new course that we just entered. That's number 6, CSC 4204. The course title is Advanced Visual Basic.net, and then the second semester is second semester. Okay, the same semester is second semester, sorry. So we are going to go to lecturers. We're going to add new lecturers. Okay, so the lecturer ID, the last one is this. I'm just going to edit this with 4, and then the name is I'm going to go for lecturer name is Felix Joe Kane. All right, so this is just a demo, data I'm entering, it's not correct. All right, just for demo purpose. I'm just going to click on save. All right, so lecturer added successfully. I'm just going to scroll down. All right, so this is Felix Joe Kane, and the lecturer ID is this. Okay, so let me show you the attendance report. This is the full report for the attendance, and the attendance report for date range. Just select this, and then you go to this, and then you view reports. Okay, so now we have added a new student. I've added myself. Now I want to capture my fingerprint. Okay, so for that, I told you before that I have already created an app that will help us to capture our fingerprint. All right, so in this app, we don't need to register any students. All right, so the app will be able to detect those students that have already registered, and it will enable them to capture their fingerprint. So I'm just going to double click on this app to open. All right, so as I told you before that the source code is in Visual Studio. All right, see it here. So if you're interested, if you need the source code, I'm just going to send everything to you, both the source code in Visual Studio, the source code in PHP, and of course the setup.exe file, that's the installer. So whichever one that you need, if you're interested, I'm just going to leave a message on the description box, on the description on how to get the source code. So guys, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button. Okay, and if you like the video, click on the like button and help us share the video. Okay, so now we want to capture our fingerprint as students. Okay, so I'm going to click on capture fingerprints. All right, so before then, I would like to plug my fingerprint reader. Okay, so I'm using DigitalPersona 4500 U.are.U reader. Okay, so that's what I'm using. So I'm just going to plug it in. All right, so it's already in. So for this, you don't need to search for anything, so you just enter the first or second letter of your name and it will bring out an auto suggestion. You just click on it and your rec number will appear or display. All right, so for this, the next thing that you're going to do is to click on begin enrollment. So I'm going to click on begin enrollment. Okay, so for this, we need 4 samples of our finger. Okay, 4 samples of our fingerprint. Okay, so I'm going to make use of my right thumb. Okay, for this demo, I'm going to make use of my right thumb, and I'm going to scan it 4 times. Okay, so I'm just going to scan it. That's the first one. That's the second one. That's the top. Okay, and that's the fourth. So our fingerprint template is safe. Our fingerprint template is safe. I'm just going to click on OK. All right, and I'm just going to close this page. Okay, so finally, you're going to click on Save. All right, so as you can see, our finger is safe. That's our fingerprint. Okay, it's safe. All right, so once you do this, which means you as a student, you've captured your fingerprint. All right, so whatever thing that you've done now is going straight online. Okay, it's going straight online. So the next thing that I'm going to do is take attendance. Let me show you how the attendance system works. Okay, so I'm going to click on time in. All right, so for the time in, it's going to bring out another form to which of the courses do I want to take attendance on. All right, so I'm going to search for, once you see that, so once I click on see, it will bring out an other suggestions of all the course codes, okay, that is registered on the system. All right, so I'm going to try this. That's the course I use for demo. Okay, advanced visualbasic.net. It's a second semester course, so I'm going to click on proceed to verify fingerprint. So for this, now for you to take attendance, you just need to place your hand on the scanner. All right, you don't need to click anything, you don't need to do anything. Just put your hand on the scanner and your fingerprint will be captured, and then compare with existing template on the database, and if match is found, attendance will be taken for you. That's only if you haven't taken attendance already for this course. Okay, so if you've taken attendance already, it's going to detect it, and it will display a message that you have taken attendance for this course. All right, so if you haven't taken attendance, then attendance will be taken for you. All right, so I'm going to place the same finger I captured. I'm going to place it on the scanner. Okay, so as you can see, I have taken attendance for this course. That's the time in. Okay, so attendance, hello Clexigbe, your attendance has been recorded successfully. Okay, so this for the time in, so which means I've attended the class and then I've taken attendance. So until when the class has finished, before I'll now uh, sign out that okay, I was in the class, I've attended this class until the lecturer finished that course, and I'm going home. All right, so you can use it in either the university, the college, secondary school, nursery school, whatever schools that you want to use it. You're free, all right, to modify this source code. You're free to modify. You're free to do whatever that you want with the source code. All right. So as I said before, I'm going to leave a description on how to get the source code. So check the description, okay, for that. So let's go to attendance first before we sign out. Okay. So as you can see, I have taken attendance, okay, for this just 15:16. That's after 16 minutes after 3. So I haven't signed out yet. Okay, so let me show you how to sign out for demo purpose. So probably I have something to do elsewhere, and I made the lecturer take permission that okay, I'm going out, and the lecturer has permitted me to sign out so that I can leave. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the app. So as you can see, there's no timeout here. So let's go back to the app and and sign out. So I'm going to select the same course code, the same course, and then proceed. So what I'm doing now is to sign out, to clock out. I'm clocking out. All right. So I'll scan my finger again. Okay, didn't go well, so I'm going to place it again. All right. Okay, so I have successfully clocked out. Okay, so as it stands, I've attended this lecture and I've taken attendance. Okay, so I'm going to close this and I'm going to close this app. Then, as you can see, we are going to refresh this page. Okay, yeah, we are going to refresh this page. So I'm just going to refresh. All right, so as you can see, this whole thing is working very, very well. All right, so the lecturers, the admin, all right, can use the web version to view reports, to add students, to add courses, to add lecturers, and all of that. And then the students can only use the desktop app, okay, to enroll their fingerprint and to take attendance. That's just what I've done here. Okay, it's amazing, it's working very well, and I would like you to get the source code. So you're free to host it on your server. All right, so you're free to do whatever thing that you want with it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how the date range report works. I think I've done that before, so let's just see. We've taken attendance today, so but let's just select attendance for yesterday and different attendance for today. Let us see how it works. So that's 4th, that's yesterday. I'm just going to click on view reports. Okay, so I did this when I was testing this app. Okay, so let's go back and select today, 5th. So the attendance that I just recorded while recording this video is what we want to view. Remember, this is Daniel. So I'm just going to click on view and we have Cletus. Okay, so if you want to view from 4th to 5th, of course, all the reports, the attendance should on that date range should appear. Okay, so as you can see this, that is how it works. And if you want to view all the attendance, you can just click here and view all the attendance. Okay, so guys, okay, now for the library, or for the SDK, all right, whichever way you want to say. So I have used DigitalPersona U.are.U 4500 SDK, okay, or library. I've used it. Okay, so this is it. It's already on the debug folder of this project, so you don't need to download anything, you don't need to do anything. Okay, so for the MySQL, connecting a desktop application that is designed with Visual Studio, okay, to MySQL, we would need a MySQL connector. So for that, I have used a library called mysql.data. Okay, so this is a library. I have already added it in the references. So it's already on the debug folder. So you don't need to download any MySQL connector or any library again. So everything is inside the references, and it's all working very well. So if you feel like you want to modify the source code, and if you feel like you want to modify the source code, so you would need Visual Studio Professional 2017. Okay, and for the database, if you want to modify it, also you need XAMPP. Okay, and of course XAMPP with a PHP my admin homepage. Okay, so guys, you have seen this, you've seen how it works, and as I said before, you're free to host it. All right, so once you host the source code in PHP in your server, what you need to do is just to create a database and then import the database that is in the database folder. let me show you this database. Okay, so this is just import it into your server, and then of course you would need to change the connection string in the DB connection class. All right, so let me show you this. This is the DB connection class. So okay, so you would need to change this. You need to change this. Let me. Okay. Web server IP address. Okay, so if you decided to rename or change the database, you can change it there. Else, if you're using the same database with me, database name. So on your for the user ID, of course, you would need to create a user ID for your database. All right, so just change this from root to your user ID. So for the passwords, I'm not using any password on this, so I just put this so that in case you need it, and then you can always change it to your password. Okay, so for the port, MySQL uses same port 3306, so the port is going to remain the same. Okay, so this is how to change your connection strings so that in case you're hosting it on your server. So but if you're using XAM, you don't need to change anything. All right, so but if your XAM, if you passworded your XAM then or PHP MyAdmin, so you would need to change this password that you see there. That's the demo password anyway. All right, so guys, this is how this works. So you're free. Check the description on how to get the source code, and I'll leave my contact and every other thing that you would need to get the source code. All right, so guys, if you haven't subscribed and you're still watching this video, click on the subscribe button. Okay, like the video, click on the notification bell. Okay, so that once we upload the next video or source code, you would get it. Okay, so guys, I'm going to stop here for now. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Goodbye.